Yes, guys, with the news that Trent Alexander-Arnold will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season to join Real Madrid on a free transfer, there has been a flurry of different transfer news coming in from the media. One of the biggest and most notable is the likelihood of Alexander Isak coming to the Reds on a transfer in the summer transfer window. Now, it's being reported his valuation by Newcastle is anywhere from 150 to 200 million pounds for the Swedish forward. I'll be honest with you, I think Alexander Isak is one of the best players in the world currently, and if I had my pick of players to come to Liverpool, he would probably be one of my biggest targets. But at the valuation that's currently being reportedly set by Newcastle, I think it's just too much money for one individual player. That's an insane amount for us to shell out on one player who has, I don't want to say a history of being injury prone, but to a certain extent, Alexander Isak does not have a run of games through an entire season where he's consistently fit. He brings up and gets knocks, not frequently, but, at odd points throughout the season. But one player that particularly interests me is Anthony Gordon, his Newcastle teammate. Why? It seems as though every summer transfer window, there's a report that Liverpool could be in to sign Anthony Gordon. I think a big part of that is obviously Gordon being from Liverpool, and on top of that, the fact that he came up through the Liverpool Academy before going to the Everton Academy, and he was a fan as a young kid. Now, a big reason why this also could be a potential opportunity for him to return to Liverpool is the fact that it's being reported Luis Diaz could be on his way out of Liverpool Football Club, with there being reports of both Barcelona and the Saudi Pro League interested in the Colombian. How true that is, I don't know. I feel like there's also been several reports in the past of Luis Diaz potentially leaving the club as well, and they never really came to fruition. So that's going to be just one that we have to wait and see if it occurs. But if Luis Diaz does leave, I do think that Liverpool will look for reinforcements on the left wing. Cody Gakpo has really come to life this season, playing out on the left rather than down the middle for us. But I don't think that Arne Slot and Liverpool will only want to rely just on Cody Gakpo to play at left wing. Now, does that mean that someone like Federico Chiesa could be looking to slot in to that left wing spot as well? Potentially. But if he's not, and if that's not in the plans for Slot, I do think there's an opportunity for them to go out and look for another left wing option. Now, finally, another huge transfer option or rumor that Liverpool have been hit with is the likes of Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. There's a report of him being valued at around 80 to 150 million pounds by Atletico, and Liverpool are reportedly extremely interested in him coming back to the Premier League to play for Liverpool. I'll be honest with you, this is another instance where I think he might just be valued a little bit more than how much I think he actually should be worth. 80 million, I think, speaks a little bit more to a true valuation for Julian Alvarez, but 150 million, I'm sorry, I just don't see how the Reds can actually justify spending that much money on someone at the caliber of Alvarez. I think if you look at Isak in comparison, Isak is proven in the English Premier League, and while Alvarez did well with Manchester City when he was called upon, he wasn't a regular starter when Erling Haaland was fit, and I don't think that the level of work we've seen through his career at City and Atletico is consistent enough in comparison to Alexander Isak, especially when you're valuing him at 150 million pounds. I think 80, you could have yourself a deal there. 150 for me is just far, far too much. And then some of our outgoing transfers, as I mentioned, there's a chance Luis Diaz could be leaving the Reds on a transfer to either Barcelona or the Saudi Pro League. There's rumors about Harvey Elliott apparently leaving the club at the end of the season due to the fact that he wants to see more regular first-team football, and he may not be able to achieve that at Liverpool. And then obviously we are still completely up in the air with Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk as well. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Who is a player that you would like to see come into Liverpool? Are there any players currently at the club you think it would be a good time for them to maybe part ways with the Reds? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell as well. I'm currently on track to 1,000 subscribers, so any support I can get from you guys, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.